Dr. Saab, I need to ask you a very difficult question, but it is troubling to many of our viewers. And that is the situation of Muslims in India. And as you know, Dr. Saab, that my grandparents are from India. I have Indian blood. I still have relatives in India. But even if we didn't, we are all one ummah. And to see how the Muslims are being treated, and especially to see the current party making Islamophobia one of its core elements. And the most bizarre thing is to then claim that Muslims are behind this COVID crisis and somehow, link Islam and Muslims with this COVID crisis. It's very worrying, Dr. Saab, and I want to ask you, as somebody, the future of Muslims in India and the reality of the BJP using Islam as linking it to the COVID crisis. What is your analysis of this, inshallah?
Number one, let me tell you that I generally believe that as a whole, the Hindus in India and the non-Muslims in India, they aren't against Muslims as a whole. I believe amongst the Hindu, maybe approximately 75 to 80% of the population of India, I would say that before BJP government came to power, according to me, maybe 5% of the Hindus would be against Muslims. And about 15% of the Hindus would go out of the way to help the Muslims. And the balanced 80% were neutral. They were good human beings. There were no problem with Hindus and Muslims. But later on, because of the political situation, they felt that we can use religion as a trump card to come to power. BJP, RSS, they started using that. And they started propagating animosity against the Muslims to come to power. And with that, maybe the percentage of the Hindus against Muslims may have increased to 10%. But because of the fear psychosis, the people supporting Muslims has reduced to 5%. And the neutral is 85%. As time is going on, because of the threat they're giving on the social media and the open lynching of the Muslims, and giving a clear-cut picture to the Hindus that if you support Muslims, we will attack you. So they have been attacking those Hindus who are supporting Muslims. Because of that, the people openly supporting Muslim has reduced. And those who were there, who were neutral, so now I would feel that after they've come to power the second time, the people against Muslims may be approximately 15%, 5% in favor, and yet 80% neutral. But these 80% neutral, they're afraid of showing that they're neutral because they're afraid of the government. So because when the BJP came to power the second time, first time they came in 2014, and they came with an open agenda that they are going to attack the Muslims, and to hide the negative factors that they have in India, they bring up the issue of war with Pakistan, or the Muslim issue, about the Babri Masjid, about the Kashmir issue, about the triple talaq. What has triple talaq got to do with the economy of the country?
Exactly.
So they're bringing these issues to show to the non-Muslims that, these are the problematic areas, and they can solve the problem of Babri Masjid. Even now, when the court gave a verdict in favor, they're not building the temple. Why? They will do it close to the next election. So every time they want to make an issue. And now, so I believe that the Muslims should be united, which we aren't, and we should understand the situation. As far as the basic question that what is the response as far as the COVID-19 is concerned, now they are using COVID-19 also as an issue to attack the Muslims. They are saying the major cause of COVID-19 to enter into India are the Muslims. And there are many examples. They are blaming and they are saying that the gathering that happened in Delhi, 4,000 people of the Tablighi Jamaat, it's one of the largest Sunni Muslim gatherings that take place throughout the world without any publicity, without any media. They gather in large numbers in different parts of the world. So according to the fact, when they had that gathering, they had all the police permissions. So that gathering wasn't illegal at all. So it is wrong to blame them, because if they did not take permission, then you can hold them responsible. So Tablighi Jamaat, when they had that gathering in March, they did not break any law. But what happened when the gathering of few days got over, immediately, without any notice, the government announced that there's going to be a lockdown next day. So the people who had gathered from different parts of the country and outside India, they tried to go back home to the city. They could not. So many of them came back to the markaz. And when they came back to the markaz, the government said, now you're breaking the law that during lockdown, how can few hundred people or 1,000 people gather there? Which is totally wrong. I mean, they did not do it willingly. It was without any warning. Furthermore, what the news is saying that majority of the cases of the Tablighi Jamaat is from COVID-19. The fact is that there are other news available that majority of the people, there was hardly anyone who was tested positive. So the news, the whole news media of India, the mainstream media, except for one channel, NDTV, the majority of the mainstream media has been purchased by the government. Either it's owned by the BJP government, or they are friends of BJP government, or they're bought over by BJP government. So much so that you'll be shocked to know one of the biggest fake news of COVID-19 in India was one of the leading popular channels of India, Z News. They gave a breaking news saying the main person responsible for spreading COVID-19 in India is Dr. Zakir Naik. He picked up Malaysian Tablighi Jamaatis, Malaysian Muslim from Tablighi Jamaat, and he put COVID-19 in them and told them to go to India. And how can a logical person in his wildest dream, so this is the biggest fake news in India, that the main person responsible for spreading COVID-19 in India is Dr. Zakir Naik, and by Z News, which is one of the leading news channels in India. You see, it's very disheartening that, you know, Muslims are, there are many hospitals in India owned by Hindus. They said Muslim cannot be treated in hospital.
Yes, I saw that. Yeah.
Then there are cases where, like in Delhi and some cities in India, that Muslims aren't allowed to sell their stuff in the market. And when there were some Muslim vendors who sold their vegetables, these hooligans, they came and they forced the people who bought the vegetables to give it back. And they hunted these Muslims out. So there are so many things. There's open lynching, there's open. They fail to realize that, do you know that the company, the medical pharmaceutical company, which has been deputed by the Indian government to prepare a vaccine for COVID-19 is owned by a Muslim. Simple.
SubhanAllah.
The second company, which is doing its best to find treatment, is a Wokhad, again owned by Muslim. The person who gave one of the largest donation to India to fight COVID-19, Azim Bhai Premji, Muslim. So if you really, so what you realize, that it is mainly a media hype. It is promoted by the government, such things, which is absurd. It is inhuman. It is against the constitution. And what they're saying, I mean, I can keep on speaking for hours. I don't want to do that. What they said, it is Corona Jihad.
Astaghfirullah.
Corona Jihad. These Muslims, they are responsible for spreading the COVID-19 coronavirus in India, and they're saying Corona Jihad. So may Allah save us from all this fitna that's being done by...
What Dr. Saab said about India is actually applying around the world. And here in America, unfortunately, even our own president and members of the administration have also begun linking Islam or somehow bringing in Islam or using their far-right agenda